Hello everyone and welcome to this week's short video tutorial. This will be another very nice match between Grandmaster Tao Hanming against Grandmaster Liu Dahua. This was bout number 24 from the top 50 brevities from 1956 to 2006, a series of articles that was ran in the periodical Qiyi in about 2007 or 2008. This was another very interesting move in which Grandmaster Tao Hanming, which is now nicknamed the tiger from the white the White Mountains, or Changbaisanhu. I don't know really how to translate that. And black is the perennial Grandmaster Liu Dahua, who is still very active in the Xiangqi scene. Grandmaster Liu Dahua was the first man to dethrone Grandmaster Hu Ronghua. Okay, so to begin with, a short introduction. This match was played in 1991 Chinese National Xiangqi Individual Championships. Now, Grandmaster Tao Hanming tried a novelty. This match was played in 1991. The eventual winner was Grandmaster Xu. Grandmaster Tao Hanming would later win the same event in 1994, becoming the first ever amateur player to do it, and he has since switched to professional Xiangqi. So, without further ado, let us check out their game. Central Cannon versus Green Horse Defense. Now, Grandmaster Liu Dahua chose to play the Boeing Green Horse Defense. Usually, Black would choose to push either the third or seventh pawn. And but in this case, Black chose to play the Boeing Green Horses, whereby thus giving Red the choice to decide whether to push either the third or seventh pawn or play some other move. So in this variation, Red chose the third pawn variation, Black countered likewise, and in this variation, Red used the pawn rank cannon, or this will be also known as the 5-8 cannons. Black could defend with e7 plus 5, and Red chose to add some pressure or slow the development of the black horse with c8 equals to 7. Another viable move would be c8 plus 7, and again there are a lot of variations and sub-variations which will be too long if I go through all of them. p1 plus 1 is also very commonly played, whereby black would choose to play r1 plus 3 to attack the cannon if need be, and with the first and third pawn being pushed, the development of Red's left horse would be an issue. R1 equals to 2 is also another commonly played variation. Please go to the website to see the relevant variations. Now comes the key move in this situation. This was a novelty plate that Grandmaster Tao Hanming invented at that time. He would play the central cannon for the first move, and then try to switch formations by playing c5 goes to 4 for the pal corner horse variation. Now, this move is a little bit questionable. I'm sure he has prepared a lot of things, but theoretically, according to opening tenets or the principles of opening theory, it would not be wise to move a piece so many times so early in the game, especially when it has commanded a very important central file. And this was done at the expense of the development of the left flank. Now, usually c8 plus 7 or h8 plus 7 or h8 plus 9 is played. And say, for example, Red would still have a slight advantage in most of the situations if perfect play were given. However, because c5 goes to 4 was played, the cannon rank, Red's cannon rank, would now become very vulnerable, and Black chose to attack with c2 plus 5. Now, this is like something like the kung fu technique you see in movies, whereby once the cannon was placed here, not only would it be threatening to capture the red horse, it would also discourage or prevent prevent h8 plus 7 or e7 plus 5, because if they were played, the cannon would be lost. So this would hinder the development of the red pieces markedly. Now, in another match that was played also with by Grandmaster Tao Hanming using the same variation, R1 plus 2 was played by another Xiangqi master, and Red would still have a slight advantage. Now, as can be seen, because R1 plus 2 was played and Black did not play C2 first 5, Red was given a chance to develop his left flank. And if you go to compare this situation with what went on in the match, as can be seen, Red cannot play C8 plus 7. So this counter by Grandmaster Liu Dahua was significant, and I think it sort of seized the initiative right from this move onwards. Indeed, I ran this position through my computer and found that after Black had played C2 plus 5, Red Red would have negative about 50 to 100 points. So the tides have turned, and Black would now have the initiative in this situation. So after C2 plus 5, Red was in trouble, and he played C4 plus 4 as a continuation, and to discourage the Black chariot from trying anything here. So if Black tried to play R1 plus 3 to harass the cannon, etc., Red would simply play C7 plus 3 for the check and capture the chariot. So Black continued with C8 plus 2. Now this was also another very important and beautiful move by Black, because the red chariot would now be denied the opportunity to push his chariot across the river, and as long as the chariot were kept in his own territory, Black's attacking formation would not be much of a threat. It was quite a no-nonsense and very powerful move. Now, playing this move would also be more important than developing the right chariot with R1 equals to 2. In the variation that was given in the book, if R1 plus 2 were played, Red would immediately play R2 plus 6. And Red would have been able to adjust his formation, and things would actually look quite rosy for Red. So that was why C8 plus 2 was a very nice move that was played by Black. And Red would play R2 plus 4. Black would then finally develop his right chariot as a foul chariot. Red would start to consolidate his defense, and Black chose to attack aggressively in this manner with R2 plus 5. This was a move that tried to sound Red out, and to see what Red would do in this situation, as Red would still have to try to develop his left flank, which Red did with H8 plus 9, and Black continued with R2 equals to 4, R9 equals to 8, and Black adjusted the positioning of his chariot and cannon. And Black continued with C2 equals to 7 to threaten to capture the elephant. And Red chose to attack with R8 plus 7. Now this move was a little bit questionable, because according to the computer analysis, Red should have played e3 plus 5 to dislodge the black cannon. This would fortify his defenses, but by playing re plus 7, red would not have gained much in the process. And because of re plus 7, black retreated his horse, and this was a slight change in the movement order. But here we go. Now, black suddenly pulled out a shot with c equals to 7, threatening to trade chariots and also sacrifice his cannon in this manner. So just within one move, the one of the climaxes of the match was starting to build up. So trading chariots, and in this case, red decided not to capture or trade material but play r3 plus 2 instead. h3 plus 2 instead. Now red did not want to trade material. So far everything was okay. What would happen if black chose to red chose to trade material? And as can be seen, black would now be threatening to attack a very empty and defenseless red right flank. So that was why red decided to push h3 plus 2. And black suddenly pulled another shot. Now this would be another offer to trade material, because by moving the cannon here, black would now threaten to capture the red the red horse. So okay, c7 plus 3 would not be a good idea, because black could play red could play h2 plus 4 to threaten to capture the chariot, and red could continue to attack with h4 plus 6, and there will be a multitude of other options, and black would be in trouble. Hence, h7 plus 4 was the most direct and perhaps the optimal move in this situation. Now, red continue with h2 plus 4, and because the cannon had been moved to the bottom rank, black would now threaten to checkmate with c3 plus 5 for the double cannon's checkmate. And this would force black to move his advisor, so that the king could move to the safety of the third rank. And at this point in time, black made another very nice move with c8 plus r4 equals to 8, threatening to go for the checkmate. c3 plus 5, check, came on, and then followed by r8 plus 3. Red continued to attack with h4 plus 6. Now by this time, black could have amassed an advantage of about 200 to 250 points. So red was now in deep trouble, but there was no going back. So red continued with h4 plus 6, and black moved his horse to safety, because red was going to attempt the elbow horse checkmate. So p5 plus 1 was played. Now this was another rather questionable or controversial move. Perhaps red did not want black to attack from the central file, but at this point in time, it was fairly obvious for red that black was about to concentrate or move his cannon to the bottom rank to attack. Hence, computer analysis would show that e5 plus 3 was one of the options whereby red could defend. Unfortunately, red played p5 plus 1. After advancing the central pawn, black could now have an advantage of about 500 points. So black defended with a5 plus 6, and now his own defense was basically sufficient to deal with red's attack for the moment. And once his defense was intact, it was Black's turn to perform. So Red continued. Seeing that Black had now consolidated his defense, he retreated his chariot back to the third rank to try to help up in defense. Now, would e5 plus 3 be viable? Okay, check. Sacrificial check, which Black would not accept. And Red will try to continue to attack. Counter check. Check. And as can be seen, once this position was reached, Black would checkmate with c7 plus 5, which was unresolvable for Black at this point. So that's why e5 plus 3 was not viable. And at this point in time, Black tried to defend with ra plus minus 6, but it was already too late. Check, check, and Red tried to defend. And once the king was out, the king was helping out. Black would now threaten to capture the cannon, and the cannon would be lost no matter how. So this was a very nice move whereby Black would not only resolve the threat of the elbow horse attack, he would also threaten to capture the cannon, and Red was bound to lose more material, and that was why Red resigned at this point in time. Again, I ran this position in my computer and it showed a checkmate. So king 5 equals to 6, check, threatening to capture the threatening a discover check, 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 capturing the advisor, counter check, trade of horses. Now the black chariot would now control the bottom rank, and Red would checkmate with c at minus 1. So this was a very nice kill by by Black, and that was why Grandmaster Tao Hanming resigned at this position, seeing that it was hopeless. So I hope you have enjoyed this short video. I'm still trying to master the art of commenting, making a video and running the computer programs all at the same time. I hope you have enjoyed the work that I have been doing, and I hope to be able to share my love for Xiangqi. So if you like my work, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be doing as much as more work as I can. And I hope you enjoy Xiangqi. Thank you.